Hey guys, I'm Orthodon, and I am bringing you a quick little video explaining the choice that I actually just made last night after watching the fifth fantastic episode of this show. So originally when I started watching To Your Eternity or Fumetsu no Anatai, I decided that I was gonna make it a Patreon show because I was like, okay, I decided to watch this show as an extra thing, because I heard good things about the first episode, so I started it right after the first episode released, and I was like, I think I'll just release it as a Patreon show because I want to give some more benefits to my patrons and those that support me. Um, what I didn't expect was how good this show was gonna be. And when I watch, like, not to say that I want my Patreon to be, like, bad shows, I'm not saying that at all, but when I watch, like, a really good show, I want to share it with all of you, you know, not just the people that are limited to my Patreon. And obviously, the way my Patreon shows work is I watch the whole show on my Patreon, and then I start releasing it to YouTube after. So really, eventually, it would have made it to YouTube anyway, but it would have been after the show has finished airing and everything. So I kind of decided that I want to release it for you guys onto YouTube, and after mulling it over, I decided to look at the statistics on my video and see if any of my current patrons were watching it, because I kind of would have felt bad if I had someone who was a patron just to watch that show, which means they would have supported me, you know, maybe just to watch that show. But at the moment, no one has watched those episodes from my patrons. So I don't feel like I'm removing that show as a benefit from anyone. Um, it's really just a thing where I am absolutely loving the show, and if you guys haven't picked this one up, it's currently airing this season. It's really good. Like, I don't know. I just I think it's been a while since I've enjoyed a show this much. Like, don't get me wrong, I love My Hero Academia, and I think it's still probably my favorite anime. And there's definitely aspects of My Hero that I love, but that's more from like a shonen, like, epic battle level, you know, kind of thing, where I get like tingles from their epic battles, but this one is just sending me on like a roller coaster of emotions, and I feel like every episode is extremely well done, where they're all really pulling me into the story, and the most recent episode I just watched had me in tears, which, with this decision that I just made, it'll be coming to YouTube very shortly. I'll be pumping these episodes out onto YouTube, to catch up, so that way I can, um, every Monday when the episode releases, I can watch it and then release it to you guys the next day. So yeah, hopefully none of you were like, hopefully my statistics weren't wrong and none of you were like watching it as a Patreon show, or are like disappointed by me doing this. I'm gonna try to think things through more thoroughly next time, so it doesn't happen again where I introduce a Patreon benefit and then remove it and send it over to YouTube. So it's I don't really think it's as of a big deal as I'm making it. I just kind of feel bad for removing something that is already established as like a benefit, you know. But I just want this show to, since no one's watching it right now on my Patreon, I want this show to be able to reach the audience, and maybe some of my regulars will be like, "Oh, I haven't started this show yet, but since he's reacting to it, maybe I will start it." And I want to try to get this show the attention it deserves, because it's a fantastic show, and I think it is getting, as the episodes come out, I'm pretty sure it's making it up there, as a very good anime, and honestly, it might be my anime of the year, but obviously the year isn't over yet. It's at least the anime of the season, because, I mean, obviously My Hero is in a more slower arc right now, so that's not really a contender. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing on My Hero, but it's not as much of a, how can I say it? It's not, like, as intense as My Hero usually is, or can be, I should say. And so maybe next season for the second core of My Hero, that will be the really good one, I bet. But like I said, don't get me wrong, I am enjoying this season of My Hero, but it just doesn't compete with this show for me right now. And I'm not watching any other airing anime, so I don't know what other ones are there, but I think for sure this one's going to be anime of the season, at least. And depending on how the rest of the year goes, might be anime of the year for me, like I said. So, yeah, anyways, guys, wanted to make that quick video, just letting you guys know what I'm doing, why you're about to see, like, 5 episodes of To Your Eternity drop onto YouTube, probably, like, today. I think I'll just pop them out, you know. I was gonna be like, I could spread them out one each day, but I think what I'll do is I will just release all 5 of them, and then today is the day I release my Soul Eater video, and then I'll release a Soul Eater video so that doesn't get buried by all of those videos being popped out. And then I'll release this video explaining why I released all of those, so that way this one will be, like, in the forefront that people can see and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you haven't watched To Your Eternity and you're watching this video, I highly recommend it. Unless you don't like emotional shows, then I guess maybe avoid it. I know everyone's different, you know. I absolutely love emotional shows, so, you know, it's giving me a lot of Violet Evergarden feels, but not quite. Obviously, like, a way different story, but the same kind of, like, feeling, you know, so keep that in mind as you enter the show, but I highly recommend it. Alrighty, guys, that's it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoy this decision, and hopefully no one is disappointed by my decision, but I guess let me know in the comments if you care either way, so I know for the future. But I'll try not to do anything like this again. I'll try to make sure whatever I post onto my Patreon is something that's gonna stay there, and vice versa, you know. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.